Hey friends, Dr. Gold's here. I have a student, Gabby.
Hi.
And we're going to show you facial yoga. So this is actually really good for softening lines. It's not perfect by any means, but it can support other regimens. So I'm a big proponent of things natural when possible with less side effects. So what you're going to use, and again, if you have a gua sha, which is a massage tool, I use one made of jade. You can use that as well, but I'm going to just use my fingers right now, so you don't need any props. But it's just the inside of the fingers, so I just kind of bend the index finger, and that whole area around the knuckle is the area I support. So nothing that I've touched, it's just on the kind of the side part of the fingers. And what we're going to do, you can use, do at the same time, we're going to help with the underside of the eyes. So if anybody you know, even when we're younger, if we're not getting enough sleep, we sometimes can get bags underneath the eyes. And I know as we age, sometimes you can see somebody's age just by looking at their eyes or just their energy level. If they're really fatigued, sometimes they're not sleeping. You can start seeing dark lines. If they're suffering with allergies, this can make a huge difference. So we're just going to be bending the index fingers, again, just starting at the nasal crease. So close, right underneath the eyes, and then just gently, from the midline, just gently sweep all the way out to the cheeks, and see if you can go down the side of the face, all the way down the neck. So we're kind of following some of the lymphatic channel areas, or just trying to work with getting rid of that excess fluid, just through this massage. This is a nice way to release. I'm literally scooping from the center, around the nose, underneath the eyes, all the way down the cheeks, down the face, all the way down the neck. And you can do this 10 times. Again, if you get tired, just do 5 or whatever you can do, but just do it about 10 times. Oh. So taking a nice deep breath while you're doing this, just nice, relaxing massage to your face, a nice little caressing of the face. So do it lovingly, don't press too hard, just gentle pressure here. And just relax those eyes. They can remain closed if that's more comfortable for you. And let's take a nice deep breath here and a nice deep breath out. Good. Let's do that 3 more times. If you're at your 10 already, you can take a break. If you're not even close, just do as many as feels comfortable. I think I'm counted close to that. I didn't actually really count. So whatever we get to, it's fine. But approximately. Taking a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Oh, that's good. The most important part when you're doing these exercises, doing it with love and creating just a nice relaxation in the body as we're doing it. I'm going to just do it one more time. Inhale and exhale. I feel a little my shoulders working. I was like, oh. So if your body gets a little tight when you're doing this, just feel free to stretch and move. This is for you, so you want to honor wherever your body's at. The other thing you can start to do to help lessen lines in the body, I know I get a lot on my forehead, so especially when I'm looking up, that usually happens is because when we're looking, we're not using our eye muscles, we're using more our forehead. It's just a practice, so if you tend to crease up your forehead when you're looking up, you can actually place your hand or your fingers on your forehead and start to look up. So I notice I'm creasing right now. When you feel that crease, just gently press on the crease area and now just gently look up. So we're actually training our brains, training our eyes to start working more and trying to relax the forehead when you move the eyes. So just gently look up here, relax your shoulders here. If you're hunching shoulders, try to keep that relaxed. Nice deep breath with a smile. And then just gently open those eyes a little bit wider, trying to relax the forehead. And then to massage out the lines in the forehead, again, just bending like we did earlier with our index fingers. And again, I'm using kind of the inner part of the fingers just to gently massage it from the center of the forehead out. Again, if you need a little break, you can always use your little device if you have a gua sha, or just use one side at a time. You don't have to use both hands, but relax the shoulders when you do this, taking nice, slow, deep breaths in and just nice movements. And then you can go all the way down those cheeks and all the way down the neck. So feel free to just kind of release down, soften those lines and release. Don't worry, we'll get to the jowl lines. If you're thinking we're pushing down, we don't want to push down. I'm just doing it off to the side. Okay, so now relax, relax. We're gonna puff out those cheeks for a moment. It's just fun too, I like it. And we can pop it, pop the bubble. But it's just working to open, and again, we're gonna start massaging up in a moment. So just puff out the cheeks first, like a little puffer fish, and pop it. There we go, it makes a little noise. And now what we're gonna do, this is using all those knuckles here, kind of the backs of the hands, the fingers, we're just lifting up. So I'm just kind of caressing my cheeks and lifting up. So I'm inhaling and then gently exhaling. So I'm reaching up and around. This is again a nice nice way to help with blood flow to those cheeks. And for me, I noticed when I was having a lot of allergies, my eyes were puffing out. So I started massaging. It was so tender and sore. But as I was doing the massage, the tenderness and soreness started to go away. So you can just practice. And again, sometimes moving or massaging intuitively helps too, because you may notice certain areas that are really sore. I had some TMJ, so where the jaw can sometimes lock up. I was just massaging in the jaw line too. And again, this is just to help with different conditions as well as blood flow in the face. And just notice how it feels after massaging. I felt so great. I also noticed a little glow because you're increasing blood flow. This same thing happens with laughter because again, we're increasing blood flow to this area. So if you get a little more rosy cheeks, the studies show 15 minutes at least. I always say go a little bit more, so maybe 20 minutes of laughter. But if you're like, that's so long, start with a minute. It's okay to start even with these massages. We're doing it a little bit longer now, but you can always start with just a few minutes or even 30 seconds. If your eyes are a little tired, just again, just rotating around if you're starting to see issues of some bags or puffiness forming. Of course, get it looked at. Make sure if you're dealing with any underlying conditions, getting that treated, seeing your healthcare provider for this if there's anything concerning or serious. This is the last part. This is also really good for headaches too, but we're just gonna massage around the temples for a moment. This is just kind of a reprieve if you get headaches, especially the tension headaches in the temporal area. So massaging in the side of the forehead here, and then over the eyes. So I just say follow the eyebrows. Again, I use the inner knuckles, but if you want to use the pads of your fingers, you can use that too. So we start midline, make sure your eyes are closed here, and we start in the midline and we just push gently between the eyebrows, gently massaging around them. So we start midline and then circle around. Oh, it feels so good. And I usually, if I do get headaches, they're kind of right in the center of my forehead. So if I press here, that's a pressure point. Just gently open. There's sinuses in that area too. So we're just working on that frontal sinus release. We had those ethmoid and maxillary sinuses that we were doing before. So we'll finish up with just a little bit of tapping in just a moment. So just massage one more time. So again, center inhale between the brow and then exhale around the brows right now, around the eyebrows. Good. And now just some tapping, which is really good. One of the studies showed just like you're playing the piano. You can just use the pads of your fingers, very, very gentle, and just tapping underneath the eyes. Oh, it feels so good. And I close my eyes here. I use this as a ritual, sometimes right before bedtime. It's just a nice little way to, after I put my creams and massage them in, I'm just like ready for bed. So I give myself a little kind of rub down with clean hands, of course, and just massaging around. Oh, it feels good. And you can tap on the forehead area if that feels good for you, in the temporal area. Sometimes I'll just tap around the face, the cheeks, around the jaws. So if you do get the jowl lines, just opening. So one of the other things you can do is, we did the wide puffy, and just kind of exercise the mouth a little bit. So I'm just opening. Ah. and then massaging around that jawline. So if it feels tight, just kind of, again, do a little intuitive movements here, a little massage, and just gently release that face. One of the other studies I read is many times we have the same expression. So if you really don't use your face in different ways, and this is a little silly part, but using our face in different expressions here, where we move our eyes in different directions, or our cheeks, or like, you know, making different scrunchies with our nose, but just move it around a little just to work the muscles. They can be more malleable, more flexible, and that can also be helpful. Now we're dealing with different generations here. Her skin is gorgeous, but you know, I want to not have a double chin. I work on this. So I bring my bottom lip over my top lip, and you probably see some women, you know, tapping their chin. I saw my Big Fat Greek Wedding. She's in one of those series. She's literally like, hold my chin, hold my neck back, you know, so everything tightens up. But you can actually stretch this platysma muscle, this anterior neck muscle, to tone it up. And again, usually gets loose. This is my husband who was doing this. He was literally pulling on his chin for a while. I said, honey, don't do that. He didn't even realize. And it was getting a double chin. So now just stretching and working the muscles so it can get stronger. Bottom lip over your top lip, and just gently gaze up. Make sure when you do this, press your index finger on your chin and just gently tuck that chin back so the ears are over the shoulders. You don't want to jut your head forward when you do this stretch. Really important to allow that normal C curve in the neck. And from there, so I'm engaging my neck muscles already, not tight, but just engaged here. And then I lift up. So already kind of that back of the throat, that swallow. I feel those muscles that help with swallowing. So if you're ever not sure if your muscles are working, swallow for a moment, engage the front neck muscles, the platysma, and then gaze up. Bottom lip over your top lip, and just feel the muscle stretching. You can hold it just a few seconds. You can do it 3 times if you like. We're just going to do it once right now. And then slowly release. You may feel like a rush of blood, like you wake up. I know the first time I did, I was like, whoa. But you're just increasing blood flow to that brain. It's also a great stretch for the neck. So anything that helps with my brain and can tone us up a little bit, why not? And then the other part is we just start to smile. Yes, it creates creases, but in the right places. So you can feel better. And laughter I love too. Again, increasing that nitric oxide to the brain, increasing blood flow, helping with the immune system. Good energy and brain flow helps with concentration and memory. So important. Well, Dr. Gold's here.
Gabby.
And we just want to send our love to you, letting you know that this is some beautiful ways that you can, again, enhance your features because you're beautiful already, but it's one of those nice ways to soften those lines, support your face, and help that glow. Mwah! Remember, your health matters. Toodles!